YouTube Celestial Transmission. My name is Harrison Joey. For the ones that do not know me, and for the ones that do know me, welcome back. You are highly, highly, highly appreciated for all time, okay? You already know the deal and how everything works around here. This is what I be hating about these little candles and stuff, okay? Especially when the AC is going. Because she just be blowing any way she wants to blow. You know? And we don't got time for that. And that might be a little download within itself. I already have downloads for you guys, but I'm hearing spirit talking about how a lot of you divine feminine, you had fun while it lasted. And I feel like spirit is talking about sitting in this masculine energy. And this toxic masculine energy. As the reading goes by, a lot of you will start to understand exactly what I'm talking about. Right? And I feel like this has been like a long time coming, right? I feel like for the past 50, let's say 30 to 40 years, women have been getting on this energy of wanting to be in control of everything. And in the past 7 years, women have been running everything, right? Music, the health industry, the politics, like women are everywhere, right? And we did this reading before where I said that it's only going to become a more like prominent thing. Women are going to become more and more and more efficient in things until they become tired of always wanting to be in control, to finally let the male masculine divine energy come in and balance it out again. Once they actually determine, right, divine masculine determines that they want to balance out their divine feminine energy, then divine feminine energy will determine if they want to balance out their toxic masculine energy that they've been living through for the past 5, 10, 20, 30 years, right? Whew. Welcome, welcome everyone. Come in. My name is Harrison Joey, an intuitive reader. For those that are new, for the ones that keep coming back, you are highly appreciated. Okay. Do like the video, share the video. Sharing is caring. But Divine Feminine, we do have some downloads for you today. And we are going to get into them. Right? But I do want to see what energy the moon is in. Okay? Hey D, how are you? Hello, Olive the Fury. Nati, how are you? We're going to see what energy the moon is in. I do believe that the moon is a waxing crescent moon in Virgo right now. And it might have went into Libra by now. So it makes sense as to the balance that I keep talking about, right? Hello, Nikki. How are you? So let's go into the moon energy. So it's 9 degrees in Libra right now, a waxing crescent moon. Good as can be, needed this. Glad I caught you on. Yes, I'm glad you guys are here, to be honest, okay? Remember to share the video. The video is free. The reading is free for everybody, so do share the video. Tag everybody. Congregate in the comments. Let's talk about the energy, right? So the waxing crescent moon is 9 degrees in Libra right now. So some of you might be a Libra or have Libra in your chart. Or you're trying to focus on the partnerships either with yourself or with somebody else, right? So some of you might have a strong need for balance and harmony right now. You probably desire to keep things nice rather than venturing into fundamental questions in order not to disturb the peace that is currently basking your environment, right? You must learn to share your good and bad feelings despite the peace you might disrupt, right? Do not be afraid to be who you really are and express what you really feel despite what is expected of you, okay? Divine Feminine, be careful with your kidneys. Drink as much water as you can. Cranberry juice, the ureter, the urinary bladder, the veins, the skin as an organ of touch, the pancreas, insulin, and glucagon, okay? Be careful with those parts of your body. And drink that water, like I said. Now, as for the downloads collective, Divine Feminine, you can't be in love without being selfish. And I'm going to explain this. You can't be in love without being selfish. For hundreds of years, for thousands of years, you've always had to put the man first. Their well-being, feeding them, taking care of them, the kids, bearing children, the family, the siblings, the this, the that. Always having to put everybody else before yourself. And when it comes to a lot of you, right, putting yourself first, it is very hard for you to do because you grew up in cultures where the men were put on a pedestal. If you do not take care of your man, if you do not feed your man, if he will not take care of you, he will not pay your bills, you won't have somewhere to live, blah, 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 blah. In the new generation, we have a lot of women who went overly independent and went into their overly masculine energy because they no longer wanted to be under the control of a man, right? So they learned how to be selfish. The problem is that they became too selfish within their own delusions, their own feelings, their own this, their own that, while still wanting the man, or let's say not wanting the man, needing the man, but not admitting to the fact that they need the man within the household. So instead of admitting the fact that they need the man, they started to become the man for themselves, right? Hence why a lot of you can be selfish. You're like, I'll pay the bills, I'll do this, I'll do that before I deal with a nigga. Some of you is because you got sick and tired of being under the control of a man. Others of you is because you got sick and tired of watching your mother go through that energy of getting abused, beat up, cheated on, controlled, getting treated like shit. All of these things got you to the point where you said, this will never be me. Okay? And for some of you, you're still in the energy that you don't know how to be selfish. So in your relationship, you are the welcome mat. You are the punching bag, the welcome mat, the emotional trash bin. You're like all of these things to the man, and then you wonder why you can't get shit out of them, and it's because you can't even get shit out of yourself to yourself. Divine Feminine, you have to realize what era we are in. We are in the age of Aquarius, which means the star card. Being able to carry our own weight, our own water, our own emotions, our own thoughts, our own self-love, self-deserve, and self-worth. The things that we want other people to give to us, right? Venus being in retrograde, Mars being in retrograde, Mercury being in retrograde, and Neptune being in retrograde, is all forcing you to let go of the ideas of womanhood that no longer serve you. Despite what spectrum of this situation you might be on. Put a one in the comments if you are following what I am saying. If not, feel free to Ask questions. At the beach, heard some lady say facts. Laughing my ass off. Till I said she know the vibes. Okay. So with this energy, divine feminine, we're gonna go into the downloads and see what is going on for you guys this week. This is why a lot of you women want men to be selfishly about you, only because you can't choose to be selfish without the need to do it to yourself first because of revenge or resentment. So some of you, it's hard for you to be selfish, right? Because you'll rather be in the energy of revenge and resentment. Because I'm the woman, because it's harder for me, because I have to do all the extra shit. It's never 50-50, it's always 75-20. And because I have to be the one, because I have to take care and nourish and you don't have to. You chose to. You keep choosing to approach men this way. Instead of making yourself the prize and the one that needs to be put on the pedestal. Another thing is that before, this is how you know a lot of you are in your masculine energy. Before, you had to jump through hoops that were on fire, take you on a date you for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. Make sure that he met the family. Make sure that you knew his finances. Make sure that you knew his past. Make sure that you knew all the women that were around him, whether it was family members, friends, past girlfriends, it didn't matter. Anybody else that he was courting, right? For you to be able to be sure if you was available to give this man your womanhood. Now, all it takes is him being cute, a cash app, the fact that he took you to TGI Fridays, Olive Garden, the best restaurant in town, the fact that he flew you out, girl. These are the things that open up your womanhood to men nowadays. As long as he sends you a cash app, your throat is his. As long as he takes you on a trip, you're spreading them legs. As long as he looks cute with a fade or long hair or some locks, you're already fucking busting it open by the end of the fucking club nights. This is how you know you're in your masculine energy, because you are operating from desires. Desires that your body doesn't even need. And now people are listening at the beach, right? Before, women can go months, years being celibate. Let's see how many of y'all can do that now. Because you're living through pleasures of the skin, the sex, the money, the clothes, the Louis Vuittons, the fucking cars, the this, the that, the Jordans, the fucking the knocker hoop earrings, the this, the that, the lace fronts, the makeup, the I have to have the finest and the latest, and because I need to look like this and look like that, I need to look like I love myself and like I am valuable. And the other thing is that a lot of you are competing with the women, some of you who are not in your toxic masculine energy, that are in your toxic masculine energy, because they're getting all the things that you want without having to do shit for it. So you're compromising your morals and your standards. Interesting. Another thing I just heard Spirit say, Stop doing a nigga's laundry. Stop cooking for a nigga. Stop cleaning his house. Stop bringing presents to his kids. Stop doing all of these things for men, right? That you don't even know if they're willing to pay your bill. Furnish your house. Build you a house. Fix your car. Throw out your trash. Buy you an outfit if they're going to take you out on a date. You remember that? 50, 70 years ago when that used to happen? Cute. Not anymore. Now you got bitches dressing men. Tell me I'm lying. Anywho, in history, it wasn't love. Right? In the past, it wasn't fucking love. 50, 100, 200 years ago, it wasn't fucking love, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you needed the man to survive. Because the woman didn't have status in the society. For a while, now women have all the perks men have. And need to learn to be selfish to actually learn to be in love. They weren't in love before. They were codependent on the man. Right? And this is a new era. You're learning to stop depending on the man and trust yourself. Right? Remember, you can do super chats, you can do donations on Cash App, you can like the video, share the video, do all of that. But some of you have went so far, you forgot the man's purpose because you adopted it for yourself. To crawl out of not having status. Right? To crawl out of not having status and not being able to pay your own bills and go to school and vote. You took the man's place. Now that you have it, you need balance for you to find true unconditional love of self and reflect it back to you in a man. Right? Not need the man, but you most certainly want one. Some of you keep trying to depend on the man or the man, government, and wonder why you live a life of dissatisfaction and or disappointment. And this could be any man. This could be the government. This could be the doctors. This could be lawyers. This could be your man, a husband. This could be the men in your family. This could be always looking for the validation of the man's collective because you think you need it to be valuable or to take care of yourself or to survive. Some of you, on the other hand, have been so selfish that you forgot what it is to be compassionate for the masculine's emotional support. And now you know what it feels like to feel as if the man did when they couldn't give it because they didn't understand how. So remember 100, 200 years ago when men didn't give a fuck about emotions and you're being too fucking emotional, shut the fuck up, and slap the shit out you and just go fucking cook and take care of the kids and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. That's because they didn't understand emotional support. And now, a lot of you don't understand the emotional support that the masculine needs to be able to balance themselves into society and back into the divine feminine's reality. This is why we have gender wars. Because nobody wants to admit of the fact of the position that each gender has to play. Y'all have sons and wonder why they're sassy and arguing and talking back to you. And it's because they have no masculine energy within them to logically process their fucking emotions before they fucking act out like a woman does. Because there's no father in the home. And even if there was a father in the home, he does not have the environment or the space to be able to be the man that he needs to be, because a lot of you have adopted that from the man. Put a 1 in the comments if you follow. Now, a lot of you don't understand the emotional support that the masculine needs, the same way that the masculine couldn't understand why you needed emotional support when they was financially and physically supporting you. Now that all of the women are supporting the children and supporting themselves, now the woman doesn't know what it is to have compassion for the emotional support of the masculine. Because you don't have the capacity to give a fuck. Because you have adopted that position for yourself instead of putting them in it and trusting them to do it. It's a give and take, and both genders are just as equal. So we're going to go into prayer and see what the reading is about. Okay? Thank you, Father and Mother God, for waking us up today, allowing us to be an extension of you. Understanding, overstanding, and understanding that we're constantly connected to God, source, spiritual guides, archangels, ascended masters, ancestors, anything that is high vibrational, to get these messages across to divine feminine and divine masculine if they are cross-watching, so they can be able to expand and evolve beyond what they can see in the space and time. Thank you for your love, your wisdom, and support every day. We're nothing without it, and definitely nothing without you. Thy is the sun, and the sun is me. It is the one, and it is thee. The one that gives us polarity in life, it gave us evolution, polarity in night. Two lights that derive from the same source and makes us in its image from the ultimate force. It travels through space and archetypes of mind where here and the below you can also find. As above, it is below. When we transcend, we return and regrow. Remind yourself of who you are as you come from the light of God, as you come from the shining star. So it be. All right, divine feminine and divine masculine cross watchers, if you're in here, I humbly ask that you do press the like button, collective, so we can get this to the algorithm, get it circulating. If you haven't already, please do hit the like button. Give it a thumbs up, share the video. What are the energies for divine feminine this week? Funny. The overall energy is surrender. Surrender to the fact that it doesn't benefit you to always be in control. Surrender to the fact that it doesn't benefit you to always want to be strong, divine feminine. Surrender to the fact that it's fucking tiresome, okay? Putting yourself in the position that was meant for the divine masculine that is way more logical and more strategic than you are. Surrender to your softness. Surrender to your divine womanhood. Surrender to your intuition. Surrender to your compassion. Surrender to your fearless love of self. And stop glorifying the love that the man can give you, that you in return use to validate yourself. Why can't you put yourself on the pedestal and be as sacred as you want men to worship you? This is why men won't worship you, and it's because you're not worshiping yourself. Instead, you're putting yourself on Instagram and on Facebook and in front of people's fucking faces so they can worship you, instead of you worshiping yourself. And then wonder why the man won't worship you. Being the goddess that you are, bringing the spiritual life into the physical life, because you are God walking on the earth. Right? You want men to worship you, but you won't even worship yourself. Hence why she's hanging onto the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, just as tell yourself